Welcome back, guys. So we just finished off working on the VPC, and so in this one we're going to work on the EKS cluster and any other related resources for it. In fact, I think what we're going to start off with is the IAM role that's required for this, right? So I'm going to say resource IAM, and I'll say role. So EKS is going to need a role to do particular certain things. Within our environment. Right, I'm just going to give it this, and essentially what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say name, and then we'll pass it the I think let me create a separate variable actually for this. I'm going to create a variable here. I'm going to say variable, and then in there I'm going to say EKS underscore name. Okay. No man, don't say var here. So I'm going to say EKS underscore name, and I think that'll just make it easy to reference this cluster. And I think for as a default, I'm just going to say EKS demo. Okay, cool. I'm trying to think what's going on here. Resource vs underscore role underscore IAM. Oh, that's why IAM role. Okay. And then we'll just say EKS role. I'm just gonna give it a different name. And then in terms of the name, of course, we'll just say EKS underscore name. Then we'll say dash EKS master role. Okay. And then let me just get. I hate this. That thing annoys me. I don't know what causes it. So if you know what causes it, just let me know in the comments, and then I'll fix whatever I need to fix. So it's gonna have an assume in there. I'm gonna have JSON. I'm gonna say version, and the version is going to be 2012 -10 -17. Okay, and then we're gonna have statement. Okay, that's gonna equal right, so statement obviously takes a list, and then these are the actions that it'll be allowed to do, which is it'll assume this role. Okay, and then the effect will be allow, and then in terms of an ID we'll just have nothing really. What am I doing here? Okay, and then the principal, okay, the entity that's going to be assuming this, okay, in this case it's going to be this a service, and it will be EKS Amazon AWS.com. Cool. So that's what the role is. That's how the role is set up. Okay. Now the role needs policies, right? So we're gonna set up those policies by saying IAM role. I'm gonna say policy attachment here. Okay. Obviously, an attachment allows us to attach the policies we'll create just now to the role itself. Okay. And then what I'm going to say, I'm just going to name it EKS and say cluster policy attachment. Right. But it's just, we'll come back to that. All right. So in the resource underneath that, I'm going to say IAM role policy attachment. Okay, we're going to have another one here, and then I'm going to call this one sorry, EKS Amazon KS VPC resource controller. Okay, let's just go up here. Right, so now we've got these two policies that let me call that attachment, by the way. So we've got these two policies that we want to attach to our role, right? All of these are Amazon managed, right? So the first one is going to ARN IM AWS policy, and we'll say Amazon EKS cluster policy. Okay. Then what we'll do is we'll then attach it to a specific role, right? Which will be AWS underscore IM role dot EKS role. Okay. Then same here. We're gonna do the role AWS. Okay. But we want the name though. Sorry. We need to be specific. I'm past the whole thing. We need to be specific. And then I'll just copy this here because this is also an AWS managed role. I'm gonna copy this here. And instead, what I'll do is do that. Okay, just paste it here. Right, cool. Now our roles are complete. I think this is getting long. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come back and then we'll start working on the actual cluster itself. But now we have the role that will allow for that to happen. So thank you so much for watching. And so let's jump on to the next one and specifically look at the cluster, which is the moment I guess we've all been kind of waiting for. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.